welcome back to my channel. I'm so happy you can be here to join me today. I want to wish everyone happy Friday and hope that you all had an amazing week and are looking forward to a fun weekend. We are planning to go to the Eastern game again, weather permitting, because I am too old to be sitting in the rain, but we're looking forward to that, and I hope that you all have plans as well that you're looking forward to. I want to share with you this project, and some of you may already realize what it is created with, but I did a little intro early this morning, so I'm going to cut to that now. Good morning, friends. It's about 5 a.m. here. The house is very dark and very quiet, and it's very rainy outside. It's very cozy. So I just wanted to jump in here really quickly and share with you what I'm going to be working with today. And so I typically don't film at 5 a.m. So my apologies in advance if I don't make any sense, because I just need some coffee and then we can sort things out. But I wanted to share this with you before I started working with it, because I think it will be very difficult to explain it once I get it all cut up. And so this came in the mail last night. I think this is the Amazon version of a Sears wish book. If y'all remember that wish book, how happy you were when it came in and the hours you spent flipping through the pages and finding all the best new toys that you wanted. Let me know in the comments below, because I know that for me, it was endless hours of entertainment, and I always looked forward to it so much every year when it came. So let me know in the comments if you had a similar experience with that Sears wish book. But so this, I believe, is like the Amazon version. I was kind of surprised to get this because you don't usually see Amazon mailing things. I don't know. But it is actually chock full of very cute imagery. It's very retro. It has a very vintagey vibe to it. The color palette is amazing, and it's all really stylized. So that's right up my alley. And so I had originally planned a different project today, but we have to shelf that one because this is way more fun, and we're gonna upcycle. And typically when I upcycle, I am taking a base of a frame or a box or a thing I found at the Dollar Tree and adding my collection paper to it. But for this one, we're going to actually get into this catalog. There is a lot of really good paper in here, really cute images. Look at that. You could totally die cut that out. You can make a tag. You can fussy cut these images. There's a postcard on this side, so you kind of have to go through and look at both sides of the paper and determine what will be the best use of that page. But you could make a journal card out of that. You can just flip through all of these pages. Each one has some imagery on it, and it's really retro. I just love it. So I'm going to go through here. Once I've had coffee, I'm not going to pick up scissors before caffeine, but I want to go through here and kind of have a look, you know, at all the pages. There's even a sticker sheet in here. It got a little bent when the mail person put it in the mailbox, but these are so cute. Like how many different uses you can find for that. And then like even on the back page, this is a whole page that you could use as a background. And then each of the pages that aren't toys or apparently Cinderella frozen Crocs has a little bit of imagery that you can find to fussy cut out. I'm trying to find one now. You could make this like a 2x2 cut apart card and just cover the words that the little squirrel is saying. So there's just so much to work with, and you know I do love a good upcycle, so I'm excited to get into this. But first we need coffee. Look at how cute these guys are. Oh my stars, they're just adorable. I wish the woodland creatures around our house wore little vests and hats. I would be so happy. But I just wanted to share this with you before I go cutting it up, because like I said, it'll be very difficult to explain this catalog if it's in little pieces. So I'm going to jump into the project now. Okay, now that you saw what I'm working with, this is the fun project that I created with that Amazon toy catalog. And so this base may look familiar to you. If you have been watching my 4-day Focus On series, we created a very large accordion album with a different collection. And so this was the practice base that I created when I realized it was going to be too small. I tucked it away in the drawer, and now I have the perfect use for it. So I did have a lot of fun layering up these paper patterns, and I chose my favorite image to go on the cover. I also added that postcard that I layered up with a foam spacer. Here's a perfectly coordinated flower arrangement that I have made with some Little Birdie Craft flowers. There is some netting and some foil die cut foliage here to fill this in, and I also added a very glittery snowflake to fill in this corner. There's a couple of little charms here and then some sequins. I put a little bit of stickles on that scarf for the fox, and then I took one of the stickers from the sheet and I popped that up as well, just to bring a little dimension to the corner. So I've got a little bit of this paper that I have used on the back, and I created it by cutting the strips that were in the center of the book. Not all the pages had it, but pretty close to all. And so I just took my guillotine cutter, cut them into strips, and then joined them on a piece of printer paper so that I could cut it out in the size that I wanted to cover the back of this. So I do have some left. I'll probably go ahead and use it for another project because I do have some of the images remaining, so I can save that for a future project. But that was a really ambitious plan that I had wanted to cover all the paper on the inside with that, but when I got working I decided that I would supplement with some plaid paper from my collection. And so I just had this paper pad from Michaels, and it did have the colors that I thought would work really well with that Amazon catalog, and then they also had a little foil in it, so it made it a little bit more fancy for Christmas. So I went ahead and added a few sheets of that to cover some of the inserts inside. And so I do have this tied with a pretty stitched satin ribbon that coordinates very well. And remember, there's going to be the accordion pockets, so we can fill all of these up with some fun inserts. So for the first pocket, I have this scene that I cut from the back cover, and I went ahead and matted that with my green cardstock and added it to a piece of 110-pound cardstock. I've also tucked in a little tag, one of the images from the catalog. I cut that with a stitched edge tag die so it would have a nice finished look. And then I finished off the corner with a image from the catalog that I cut down and then matted, and then I added my adhesive only on the side and bottom. And so this is going to act as a tuck spot, so if there are things that you want to include in this album but you don't want to adhere it down, you'll be able to just slide it underneath here and it will be included. So for all of the pockets as well, I have included a top folding A2 size card. It's just finished with that plaid paper on the inside and the outside, so you can finish these nicely with your pictures and memories. So this is the first pocket. In the second pocket, I have another one of those A2 size cards, and then another portion of the scene that was inside the catalog. I cut that down and matted it. Now remember, we are only going to fill this accordion pocket between the indentations of where the sides are so that we don't add extra bulk. So some of my portions here are a little bit less wide so that there'll be plenty of room on the inside, and then I put some of that pattern paper on the back as well. I picked a couple of my favorite images from those, matted them, and then I'm just going to tuck those on with a clip. There is room in these pockets for additional flat mementos and keepsakes as well. This pocket has another one of our A2 size cards. This time I have a different pattern, but it still has that pretty gold foil, so it's kind of shiny. And then I used the owl that I thought would be a good journal card, and I added it to a scalloped edge rectangle die and the back has the coordinating pattern paper. This was a really great way to use up the offcuts that were created from covering the A2 size cards. So I was pretty happy to get use out of that. And then here is one more of those scenes with the image as a tuck spot and a tag tucked inside. Another thing to remember if you're making an album like this and you want to include a ribbon closure to keep everything either on the sides of the ribbon or well within the pocket so that it won't interfere with this being tied up. And so the last set has the other side of that winter scene from the catalog, more of the pattern paper, and then another A2 size card and another scalloped edge insert with the imagery and the paper on the back. So that is what I created with my Amazon toy gift catalog. So if you want to get a tutorial on the base for this, that was part of our 4-day series from last month, and I'm going to link it in the description. So the base was for day 1 of that tutorial series, so you can watch that on day 1 and see how that we created the base for this. Okay, so that is all for our accordion Christmas album created with the Amazon toy gift catalog. I just wanted to share a couple last things before I go. This has the Baby Yoda advertised in it, and I want to admit here that I have an embarrassingly large collection of Baby Yoda stuffies and characters, and so this one came to me from the Tech Hubby, and this one came to me from my daughter-in-law Lexi. She and her sister went to Build-A-Bear to create this for me. It has that sweet little smock on. It has a little thing in its paw, his paw, to make a noise, but I don't want to get a copyright strike, so I'm not going to do that. But these are very cute and squishy, and I just love Baby Yoda. In fact, I have the wall stickers that I put them inside my closet of shame in my craft room so that I can be a closet nerd and no one has to know. So I thought that was really cute. And then another thing that I really liked was this rocker. Now, I don't have any grandkids yet, but if I did, I would for sure be ordering this beautiful plush rocker. Okay, if you enjoyed this video, make sure you give me a big thumbs up and leave me a comment. If you're not already, I would love for you to subscribe. You can find links for all our social media sites in the description below. And as always, I'm wishing you a happy and productive day, and I thank you so much for watching. Bye.